The Muslim's Day in the month of Ramadan. The Muslim begins his day with suhoor before the Fajr prayer, and it is best to delay suhoor until the furthest possible time of the night. Then after that, the Muslim prepares for Fajr prayer before the call to prayer, so he performs ablution at home and goes out to the mosque before the call to prayer. When he enters the mosque, he prays 2 rak'ahs, greeting the mosque. Then he sits and engages in supplication, or reading the Quran, or in remembrance, until the muezzin calls the adhan, so he repeats with the muezzin and says what was narrated from the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, after finishing the adhan. Then after that, he prays 2 rak'ahs, the sunnah of Fajr, then engages in remembrance, supplication, and reading the Quran until the prayer is established, and he is in prayer as long as he waits for the prayer. After performing the prayer with the congregation, he recites the supplications that are prescribed after the salutation of prayer. Then after that, if he likes, he can sit until the sun rises in the mosque, engaging in remembrance and reading the Quran. Then that is better, and it is what the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, used to do after the Fajr prayer. Then, if the sun rises and is high, and about a quarter of an hour has passed since its rising, then if he likes to pray the duha prayer, at least 2 rak'ahs, that is good. But if he likes to delay it until its preferred time, which is when the young camels are scorching, i.e., when the heat is intense and the sun is high, that is better. Then if he likes to sleep to prepare for going to work, then let him intend by his sleep to strengthen himself for worship and earning a living, so that he will be rewarded for it, Allah willing. And let him be keen to apply the practical and verbal etiquette of sleeping according to the Islamic law. Then he goes to work, and when the time for the duha prayer comes, he goes to the mosque early, before the call to prayer or immediately after it, and let him be prepared for the prayer in advance, so he prays 4 rak'ahs with 2 salutations, the sunnah before duha. Then he works on reading the Quran until the iqamah for the prayer. Then he prays with the congregation. Then he prays 2 rak'ahs, the sunnah after duha. Then after the prayer, he returns to complete what remains of his work, until it is time to leave work. When he leaves work, if there is a long time left until the Asr prayer and he can rest, then he should take some rest. If the time is not enough and he fears that if he sleeps he will miss the Asr prayer, then he should occupy himself with something suitable until the time for prayer comes, such as going to the market to buy some things that the family needs and the like, or going directly to the mosque when he finishes his work, and staying in the mosque until he prays the Asr prayer.